Hello everyone, this is Rabbitearsblog and welcome to another movie news roundup series. So we got a bit of movie news this week, and this week's movie news is going to focus mostly on the writer's strike and the SAG strikes that's going on throughout Hollywood now. So let's talk about this week's movie news. So during this time, there are two ongoing strikes going on in Hollywood right now. And this includes the writer's strike, which started in May 2023, and the SAG strikes, which started in July 2023. And the demands for the writer's strike states, the WGA demands increased minimum compensation in all areas of media, increased residentials, appropriate TV series writing compensation from pre to post-production, increased contributions to pension and health plans, the strengthening of professional standards, and the overall protections for writers and more. And the demands for the SAG union states, the SAG-AFTRA list included the core demands of general wage increases, protections against the use of actor images through artificial intelligence, boosts in compensation for successful streaming programs, and improvements in health and retirement benefits. So the major points of contention stemming from these demands regards the use of AI in film production, as well as having better compensation for productions. And now let's get into thoughts for the day while I talk about my thoughts on this week's movie news. So you guys may have noticed that this week's movie news came in a bit late because the strike started in May and it also started in July, but I wasn't able to do a movie news roundup series about this strike because I wanted to make sure that I got all of my information right before I talked about this strike, because I didn't want to be misinformative to a lot of people in regards to the strikes and the demands that's being shown throughout these strikes. So I have a lot of personal feelings in regards to these strikes, so I'm going to try to be as fair about all this as I can. So let's get started about my opinions in regards to the strikes going on in Hollywood. Overall, I fully support the strikes in Hollywood because I feel like over the years, a lot of writers and actors haven't been paid very well in regards to the entertainment industry, and the fact that these strikes are happening because they want better pay and they also don't want their identities to be used without their permission are very valid reasons to be making this strike, because I do think that writers and actors should be paid a lot better because they're the ones who are going the extra mile to put out all these movies and TV shows for everybody to be entertained by. And the fact that neither the writers or the actors are being paid well enough for their efforts is really upsetting to me, because these are people who have been in the entertainment industry for many years, and the fact that their talents are not really being recognized by the studios that well just makes me very upset. And I hope that this strike ends up becoming a success where the actors and the writers get paid much more fairly in the near future and also have better healthcare benefits and assurances and stuff like that, because those are things that you really should concentrate on whenever you're working. You want to concentrate on your health benefits and on your assurances, and you want to be able to be paid fairly so you can have a good place to live. And also, I think it's best to have a really good working environment. I was always concerned about how the working environments were in the entertainment industry, and if these strikes are made to have the working environment be much better for the actors and the writers, then yeah, I say go for it. I think that the actors and the writers need better working conditions, and these strikes will really help the actors and the writers get paid better and have better working conditions. And then of course there's the issue about the use of AI doing the production. I'm not going to go too much into detail regarding the use of AI because I don't want to get too personal here, but I do think that the actors and the writers have a right to be a bit concerned about the use of AI in productions. My thing about using AI when it comes to the writing process of the films is that I think to myself, well, does AI have the emotional impact that the writers have when it comes to writing the scripts? Would they be able to put in any emotional moments from the movies that makes the audience feel for the characters in the story? And my answer to that is that I'm not 100% sure what they're going to do, but I don't think that is fair to the writers that the AI would have to take over what they're doing, especially if they've been in the industry for many years now. And I do think that the writers deserve more respect when it comes to writing the scripts for these movies, because without the writers, I don't think these movies will ever happen, or these movies will never have the emotional components that would make the audience feel for the characters. And then in regards to using AI to replicate the actors' images, I do think that the actors are in the right to be concerned about that, because you're basically using AI images of the actors without their consent, and that is a bit concerning to me. So a lot of these demands that the writers and the actors are making are very fair, because some of these issues are very concerning. And then in regards to streaming services, I do think that the actors and the writers should know what's going on with the streaming services and how the shows are actually doing, because if it turns out that a show on streaming services was being canceled for no reason, and it turns out that that show was actually doing very well in the ratings, but for some reason the streaming services wanted to cancel the show despite the fact that they didn't need to because the show is doing very well, then yeah, I'm very concerned about that, because that means that any good show could be canceled for no reason on streaming services. And if the goal of the strikes is to have like the actors and the writers find out what's really going on with the streaming services and what's really going on with the movies and TV shows they're putting out and whether or not they're doing well in the ratings or not, I do think that they have the right to know what's going on with the ratings in regards to the streaming shows and the streaming movies. So before I get into my overall thoughts about this week's movie news, here are a few words from the channel. All aboard the Social Media Express. Want to send some tweets my way? Then follow me on Twitter. Want to see me play lots of video games and other stuff? Then follow me on Twitch. Want to join our crazy community? Then join our Discord group. Let's chat with Rabbitearsblog. Want to see more stuff from my YouTube channel? Then check out my Facebook page, Rabbitearsblog's Best Comments. Want to check me out at other awesome accounts? Here's my card. And now, back to the video. But overall, while I do hope that the strikes end eventually, I wholeheartedly support the actors and the writers who are involved in this strike. Again, I think that the actors and the writers deserve better pay than what they're getting, and I also think that they should have better working conditions in the entertainment industry. And if these strikes are able to help improve on that, then yes, by all means, I wholeheartedly support these strikes, and I hope that the writers and the actors are able to get the fair pay wages that they deserve. And I do hope that these strikes end with the writers and the actors getting the pay wages that they deserve. So if you want to help support the writer strike and the SAG strikes, there are links in the description box below where you can help support these strikes. So that's this week's movie news. And tell me in the comments down below, what do you guys think about the writer strike and the SAG strikes going on in Hollywood right now? Do you support these strikes? And do you think that the writers and the actors deserve better working conditions? Please let me know in the comments down below. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Rabbitearsblog, and I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, like this video? If you want to check out more crazy content from this channel, then please hit that big old colorful subscribe button. And if you are feeling extra generous, then please support me through Patreon so I can make more awesome content for this channel.